Hey guys, so I am delighted to introduce our new range of wind simulators from our partners Redion. We are the first in Australia to import the Redion wind simulators and frankly really impressed with them. So we've got here some footage, in-game footage on one of our industrial test rigs. You can see the wind sim in action. I've attached some confetti to the nozzle of the simulator so you can see the airflow. To give you a basic rundown of a wind simulator, there's kind of three component parts to it. The first is the control unit itself, which takes the data feed from, in this case, SimHub. The second part is essentially the fans, and the speed at which the fans rotate determines how much wind is, of course, blown out through the simulator itself. And then the final part is the venting and the ducting. And this is a flexible vent, as you'd expect. Nice and long, can be configured and twisted and aligned however you need to. So wind simulators are they're kind of simple, I guess, in terms of what they do. Essentially, they take a telemetry feed from your game, from your simulator. They convert it into speed produced through the fans, which then presents as air blowing across you. It has two real functions. The first is cooling. Absolutely, when you're driving in a hot environment, you're driving your simulator, particularly if it's in summer's coming on, you need to cool down. It gets stressful, it gets hot. Over and above that, though, what wind simulators do is they provide a sense of speed, and it's almost intangible. It's a little bit like butt kickers when you're going fast. If you have a low hum coming through your haptic feedback devices, typically your butt kickers or any kind of other bass shaker that you have in place, by having it on a speed curve, and the faster you go, your body begins to sense that there's obviously more information coming your way. And what you're doing is you're providing additional sensory information that you're going fast, and your body associates that, and your simulator associates that with a sense of speed. Now, you don't want a gale blowing in your face. I typically run these at around 60% max, so they're very strong fans, more than capable of providing any cooling you need. But I don't like the strong breeze blowing across my arms and hands when I'm driving, so I position it slightly lower down. Again, other people like it blowing straight in their face or position on their hands themselves. I'll position these slightly further down, and then I have them set on a telemetry curve so that at sort of low to medium speeds, around 60% of the car's max, there's a very, very light breeze kicking in. And then when we get to around 80 to 90% of the car's maximum speed, it's a really noticeable wind coming across my body. And what that does is it means that when I'm going down the back straight, so think Conrod if you're going on Mount Panorama, for example, you really notice that additional perception of speed attached to the feeling of driving down those straights. And obviously, you combine this as part of an overall solution with your rig. It doesn't have to be done with, say, haptic feedback like butt kicker, but if you use it that way, it's another element to your rig that provides an additional sense of sensory effect, I guess, an additional sense of speed. Before I got these installed, before I tried a wind sim, I didn't really think that it was something that I would become as attached to as I did, as quickly as I did. As soon as I took it off and I dismantled this test unit to come and form the video today here, I really noticed it. The next time I drove and it wasn't there, it was something that it just felt like it was missing. It's a lot like the experience, and people often say this, when you've got butt kickers or haptic feedback devices on your rig, when you first start with them, they're great and you notice them and it's really amazing. Soon you become used to them, but then when you take them off or if you turn them off, you note their absence really strongly. The same is true of the wind sim. When I took it off the rig, I was really aware that it wasn't there and that additional sensory information wasn't coming in. So if you haven't tried a wind simulator, I thoroughly recommend them. They're awesome. They're an additional component to our simulator experience that just makes it more fun and more enjoyable and adds that additional layer to it. That is the Redion wind simulators. So please do jump on the site, check them out. It's p1simgear.com.au. They're taking pre-orders now, or indeed we've got new stock coming in shortly. So depending on when you watch this video, there may be some stock available in the store as well. So we really appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. See you out on track.